to play hard no matter what you say about that level?
I make them play hard every day in practice. That's a little easier. I guess I could call timeout and put them all in the treadmill during the timeout. But no, we're going to play 31 games and then a conference tournament and then hopefully an NCAA tournament. And you can't yell and scream at them all the time because it will wear off. You have to kind of pick and choose your spot. We were bad in the shoot around today. We weren't ready to play and shoot around today. Saw it coming. They knew that if they didn't come out and play hard, they weren't going to play. And some of them didn't play. So, you always have those guys that want to know, what do I got to do to get in the game? Then you put them in the game, then everybody sees why I haven't put them in the game.
It was nice that you come all over there.
I don't know. Define nice. I don't know. I'm a big believer. You get what you get what you earn. And generally speaking, the guys who kind of come in and work at it and do the right things generally play better than the guys that don't.
Traditionally, after the finals week, is there sort of a rust involved that kick them back into gear?
I don't know. I don't know. Is there a Santa Claus? I mean, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you come out after finals and play really good, and sometimes you don't. I don't know. You just, it's all a mindset, really. I mean, it comes down to being into it. When you're into it, as much as we work on, for instance, making rotations, as much as we work on ball movement, as much as we work on screening, as hard as we work on rebounding the ball, it's all a mindset. And when you're into doing the right things, then we generally do the right things pretty well. We shoot 45% the first half, come back and shoot 61 the second half. Is it any wonder? You know where we threw the ball in the second half, right? And throw the ball into those guys in there, and those guys actually try to work to catch it, then generally good things happen. Turn it over too much, turn it over 15 times again, that's way too much. Miss 12 free throws again. Generally speaking, when you watch games and you see guys fumble the ball, don't catch the ball clean, fumble them around, dribble the ball off your foot. I think we had 3 or 4 today, you dribble off your foot. I mean, how does a guy playing at this level dribble the ball off his foot? You don't make rotations. You kind of stand and stare and really not. Then you're not ready to play. I mean, it's pretty simple. When you go to the free throw line, our guys, I just told them during one time out, you have 10 seconds to shoot free throw. It's not 2. We try to catch it and shoot as fast as we can, and then consequently the results aren't very good. There's some ugly looking free throws now. I mean, there's a difference between missing them and missing them the way we miss them. You could go watch 5th graders and they probably come closer. But it's all mindset. It's all preparing yourself to do the right things. I say that, because my dad used to say that all the time, and when you're on the other end, you're thinking, man, that ain't right, It's that old deal, the older I get, the smarter he was.
Bob, KJ comes out in the second half, very strong. Was that under your specific orders to the team to look for him, or was that all part of the flow of the game?
They're supposed to look for him every time down the field. They just finally figured out maybe they should.
And they didn't do that first thing?
No, they sure didn't. They never gave him a chance to post. We either did something ignorant or took a bad shot before him or Dennis really got a chance to post. I'm not sure Dennis was really in the post in the first half. It just opens up so many other things.
They said they were tough for a long first half.
Who, Dennis?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't talk. I was venting. Venting.
venting about what?
Oh, our lack of wanting to be there.
It's paid well after going in and stuff.
We do, you know, it's. I actually told him, you know, people actually, see, when you're a kid, you don't understand. You know, like, you know, when I was a little kid, I didn't understand. I thought, you know, stuff was free. You know, and when you're their age, you don't understand it. You know, people drive, you know, in this state, good ways to come to games, and they pay pretty good money to come to games. And then we ought to really come out there and show how much we appreciate that, because nobody wants to play when, you know, when you don't have a crowd. It's we get 7,000 people here with no students, goes to finals, and that's pretty good, really. And we don't play till the second half. Played second half, I guess.
What made you decide to put Dennis back in? Because he said that you originally weren't going to put him in the second half at all.
You know, Dennis acts like we have this language barrier, and we really don't. Dennis understands exactly what I'm saying. Dennis was awful, you know, and again, it's one thing when you miss shots and you do, you know, this and that, but it's when you don't. Dennis didn't give us any effort, and that's but, you know, I gave him another chance, really, because up until, had a couple bad days early, but he's been pretty good. Today wasn't good. His mind wasn't here.
Can you talk about Aaron Brown? It seems like he's starting to find his niche on this team and in the offense past 3 games.
Unfortunately, today so was his guy. His guy found his niche, too, in their offense. He's getting better, but, you know, when those 3 guys don't come in with, you know, with the right attitude, you're going to have some freshmen who figure that, well, you know, if they're doing it, I can do it. And, you know, AB's made some shots, but probably find some guys in the rec league make shots. There's a little more to it than that.
Coach, what more is, when you talk about Keaton Miles, what more potentially is he, you know, capable of?
Well, Keaton's long and he's really athletic. He ought to be a great defender. I mean, he should be a very good defender on the ball, and he should be even better defender off the ball. But you have to get to the ball to make a play off the ball, and to this point, we haven't gotten him, and he hasn't gotten to the ball enough. You know, he's struggling shooting the ball right now. But there's a lot of ways to score. You know, you can score off the offensive glass, you can score off your defense, you can run in transition. You know, you can move and lose your guy and get a pretty good, you know, 5-6 footer, sometimes a layup just by moving. And if you remember, John Flowers couldn't make a shot when he was a freshman either. But he was productive in a lot of games because he moved and he just didn't stand around.
Is Keaton anywhere to realizing any of that, the little things can?
He passed up some shots today, which he hadn't passed up before, which is probably a good thing, good sign. He's starting to understand a little better.
The stretches where you had all 5 freshmen on the floor seemed like they were tentative in looking for shots. Maybe they passed up some shots. Was that your perception?
You guys sometimes think, you know, it's like, I'm going to tell you a story. We had this guy on my high school team, and we had first scrimmage, and this guy shot every ball first quarter. I mean, he was my neighbor. Big old strong guy, shot every ball. And I was shocked that my dad didn't say anything, you know. So at the end of the first quarter, he comes over, he said, Bud, he said, you shot every ball. Bud said, I was open. My dad said, there's a reason, Bud. The other team wants you to be, you suck. Pass the ball. He said, here's what we're going to do, Bud. You shoot layups and free throws, and you miss another layup, you're just going to shoot free throws. And I'll never forget that. You know, Guys, you guys say, well, he was open. Well, they wanted him to be. There's a reason. They're trying to make sure the guys, see, our whole game's about trying to get the guys who can make shots to shoot shots and the guys who can't make shots not to. And it's all about trying to get guys to play and contribute in the ways that they're good at contributing. And unfortunately, it's a societal problem, but everybody wants to be somebody they're not. You know, kids get out of college and they don't want to start here, they want to be the CEO. It's a societal problem. Everybody wants to be Kevin Jones. Well, it took Kevin Jones 4 years to get here. You know? And the truth of the matter is, we don't have anybody on our team can catch like Kevin Jones can catch. So obviously you're going to throw the ball to guys who can catch too. That's another thing. You know? And guys fumble it and kick it, and bounce it around, knock it out of bounds. That's why they put them fast guys on defense, not because they're fast, because they can't catch. Defensive backs or wide receivers can't catch.
How about the Dennis?
Drew, good to see you. Football must be over. You're here.
Dennis mentioned he thought there was a bit of a miscommunication between the two of you, and that you guys needed to clear things up.
I had no miscommunication whatsoever. I understood exactly what was going on. And as I said, Dennis understands more than he acts like he does. Dennis is very, very bright. He understands. He understands more than he acts like sometimes. You know, it's kind of like when he first got here. It was kind of like, you know, to go to professors. You know, I hate language. I don't understand. You know, language is. You know, that's a way of saying I really didn't pay attention. You know, when you were lecturing, if you could give me kind of what the questions are going to be on the test, I'd probably do better.
Anything else?
Thank you.